Hey, in this video I will show how to replace and tune a ejector on a 1911, what to fit and what you should look for. See the ejector that is installed. See that it is loose, don't fit snugly, so it's also bent, so we're gonna replace that. Should stick out the retaining pin. In this case it's not, you can push it out, so that's no good. You also see that it is bent upwards. And it has been bent out a bit. So that's no good. Here is the new ejector. That is also a extended one. I like the extended ejectors, and they help clearing the case a little bit earlier. Let's see how that fits. It's a lot better. So first we're going to check if the magazines that I use get seated, and I'm going to start tuning the tip, and then we're going to drill the pinhole. What you want to check is that the magazines don't fit it too early. See that? It lifts it up a little bit. That one barely touches it. So then I would remove a little bit on the underside here. Just so it clears the magazines. And then we're gonna tune the ejector tip a little bit. See, this one is straight. I'm gonna start with removing a little bit on the underside. So now I'm gonna change the angle on half of the top here. good. And then we're gonna make a roll edge on the inside. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. See, I've changed the angle a little bit on that edge, about half of it. They also made a rolling edge on the inside. Taking off the underside so you don't hit the magazine in underneath there. Then we're pretty much good to get it in and drill the pinhole. You have to drill this notch so that the retaining pin in the frame holds it in place. Maybe a little bit loose on the rear pin, and if it is a little bit loose in the hole, especially front to rear, you can just take it on the edge here. Tap it a little bit. That is good. Yeah, pretty much good. Check that it sits completely down at the frame. like to use something just to keep it in place. Then we're ready to drill the hole. And I always start to drill from the opposite side, because then you have all of the distance here to the pin there, the hole there. You use that as a guide for the drill. If you drill from this side, you pretty much hit the ejector pin right away, and it's easily to just get the drill or drill the wrong angle. But if you drill from this side, you have the hole and use that as a guide. So you're drilling in the correct way. There is the cut from the drill. And one more thing. As you could see before, I used the screwdriver to help jiggle it up. And that's always good to have. And if you're a new extractor, don't have this notch, it can be a good thing to take a file and file down a notch. Usually when they sit good, you need something to help get it up. That could be a good thing. If it don't have, many of them do. When it came from the factory, they have this notch. If not, file one. It would be to a lot of help if you're gonna change it someday. Then we're pretty much good to go to put in the pin. But I like to use a little bit of Loctite. Helps that it sits good. Sometimes it's a little bit more work to remove it, but as long as you have fitted it good and use good quality parts, it's not often you have to replace these. They usually last many thousand rounds. I rather prefer that it sits as it should. But try not to get too much down, so it will lock down the retaining pin also. It's the pins you need. always when you're going to put in the retaining pin, put it in from this side. It will also help. Start out with a little bit larger punch. Then a small one. It's 1/16, I think. Then we have a little bit of fitting here. See the rear of the ejector, it sticks out in the back of the frame. So you have to blend that in so it fits the frame. It doesn't stick out of the frame and slide. And one more thing you need to check. It is the inside of the frame and how it match up with the ejector. You do not want the ejector to be sticking out there. It could drag or even stop the hammer from coming in. In this case it's completely flush. So that's just about how we want it to be. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of tape. And I'm gonna start with just to protect the finish on the frame. This kind of bluing, when you just fit it a small part like this, I usually use just some liquid bluing. It's dried up and I think we're finished.